I remember our first Riga Girls workshop. It was January 2016, and around 10 women gathered to learn HTML and CSS. Anna Anderson was hosting, and you can also see my co-founder, Laura Freya, on the background learning. And I think it was perfect first encounter with the technology. If you never did web development, then the web page might look to you like one mysterious object. But if you look closer, you can disassemble it. Here's a link, here's a paragraph, here's an image. Each thing has a place, and each thing has a rule. And that's quite simple, but you learn your first lesson there. That technology is made of small parts, and you can learn them. And we nowadays live in a world where Lovable can create a web page even faster than Junior has learned that JavaScript is not the same as Java. So if I were starting Riga Girls again today, would I still start with HTML and CSS? I invite you to inspect this with me. I'm Alina Anaeva, co-founder of Riga Girls and senior software engineer in Shopify. In winter 2022, ChatGPT went live. So the next year, the loudest story about software sounded like developers are finished, junior jobs are gone, and why would anyone even learn to code anymore? And also in US, in the past 2 years, 25% of all computer programming jobs have vanished, and they have been at their lowest level since the 80s. Also, this year, former YouTube CEO said, "Hope everyone enjoys their last year of meaningful work," hinting that the next year it will be machines working for us, or instead of us. In my opinion, it's a bit dramatic, but not gonna lie, maybe a bit scary, right? And I don't know if you noticed, but the loudest predictions about AI are coming from the people building and selling AI tools. And of course, it does not make them automatically wrong, but I think we have to look at the context. Because if I were owning a bakery, I would also tell you that the future of food is cake and muffins, right? So is this really the end? Or did we go through something like this before? In 1950s, programming meant coding in assembly, speaking almost the language of the machine. And then Grace Hopper had a wild idea. What if we start talking to computer in more human commands and then translate it to the machine? And she and others made it happen. And skeptics said, sure, it works, but it will never be as efficient as us humans writing code manually in those machine commands. And they were right at the moment, but then after years and years, actually decades, bam. And new time compilers were as good as old time programmers. Some people thought it's never going to happen, and those people probably had an existential crisis. But as a result of this change, actually more developers joined, because programming became more accessible. So, does it remind you of anything? Because for me, I think something similar is happening right now. And sorry if I scared you before about the drop in programmer jobs. Maybe I wanted to be a bit dramatic as well. But factually, it's true. Programmer jobs line on the bottom is going down. But software developer jobs line on the top is going higher and higher. So more people work with coding. They're just called different. So no, I don't think developers are done. I think we're just going to get promotion in the form of a new fancy title. And of course, the way we work with software, the change is real, but the most dramatic version of it, when all engineers are gone and we have just one intern, ChatGPT subscription, and optimism, that did not really happen. And in my daily work, I see 3 parts. Because remember, I told you, technology is made of small parts. So first part is before code, where I'm thinking, what problem am I solving? What are the constraints like cost and privacy? And also, what can go wrong? Then during code, when I'm actually writing implementation, and after code, where I monitor it, I document it, and I support it, right? And yeah, this is true. Second part, code generation became dramatically faster, but it did not magically make before and after parts disappear, right? And the fact that we can generate code 10 times faster does not mean that we can ship products 10 times faster. In fact, it means that we risk shipping bad ideas faster, right? And for years, me as engineer, I could say, sorry, we don't have capacity for this. And that's how bad ideas got stopped and important things got prioritized. But AI is starting to break that argument. It feels like anything can get shipped, because it kind of can. Code generation, remember second part, is cheap. And that's why I advise you to cultivate strong opinions and ability to say no, because no is the most powerful word in engineers' vocabulary. Because the job that is not machines, but is still ours, is to say, yes, we can do it, but it will mess up things for the other team. Or, yeah, it's fast, but it's not safe. Or, it's possible, but it does not belong in our product. And the way I see engineers and AI is kind of similar thing as I see lawyers and AI. You can ask ChatGPT legal advice, but then if you lose in court and you come back to the chat to complain, all it can tell you really is, yeah, you're absolutely right. So humans still carry responsibility. Because who's going to answer on call at 3 a.m.? Not AI. Who's going to explain to director of engineering why payments fail in production? Well, hopefully not me, but someone human. And we already see signals in the industry showing that some developers, they rely on modern tools a bit too much. One engineering report of this year showed that code generation helps deliver tasks 34% faster, but at the same time, developers generate 54% more bugs, right? And of course, like bugs existed before AI. This specific human shipped bugs before AI, right? But the thing is, it was clear. I wrote code, I created bug, I'm responsible. But the thing is, I still am responsible. So don't think that you're delegating responsibility when all you're delegating is just code generation. And remember that code generation is just a small part of software development. And honestly, I love using AI for coding, and I approximately imagine how architecture could be, what tests I want, or what output could happen. And it works well for me, kinda, because if something generated is nonsense, I kinda will smell it and I will prompt it again. So for me, as for senior, it works great. And that's something which I call engineering intuition or taste. And taste is built, not prompted. And let me be clear, taste is not some senior engineer's aura, right? This is actually an experience which you get from years and years of writing code, reading code, fixing code, breaking things, getting feedback, and also building large systems and seeing them fail sometimes. So what can you do right now if you're a senior or striving to be a senior? First, in my opinion, expand your scope. So I specialize in front-end, but I don't call myself front-end developer anymore. Because with current tools, the expectation I get is I'm able to tackle any problem that my team needs help with. And I do it, even if it's not just front-end. So I want to say it's not just the title change, but it's a mindset shift. And if you're designer or PM, I recommend you the same. Expand your scope. For example, learn to query a database to get information about what your users are doing and not be blocked by waiting for a developer or data scientist. Stay sharp on fundamentals, because in Shopify, 50%, at least 50% of code we have nowadays is generated by AI. And I think it works super well for us because human judgment is still there. And to achieve that, you have to have really good understanding of fundamentals. Also, best code is no code at all. That's a famous phrase. So if you see that there is something suspicious, I encourage you to push back, right? Because trust me, less code, less problems. And I don't just mean new code, I also mean old one, and not even code at all. If you're a designer, go and clean up old designs. If you're a PM, clean up old tickets, right? Because you don't want AI to learn on a bad patterns if you have them, or some outdated info. If you have it, delete it, burn it with fire. Ideally, we have all the context documented either in technical design docs or tickets or Figma, but I think we both know it's not always happening. So the context, for example, what you wanted to achieve 3 years ago, why you chose this and not that, all of that is what can make AI super useful, because AI can read your Figma or GitHub, but it cannot know your intent. So if you see gaps, document it. And I also want to say that what I'm seeing from the industry, that personal productivity is not going to cut it anymore. You have to make your team ship faster. So if you have some prompt, which is like saving you 1 hour per week, package it into the skill and share it with the team. Or you can also vibe code some internal tool to help support investigate issues better. But what to do if you're a junior? I remember when I was studying computer science, it was actually in Riga, in TSI, and I had an interview, and I got a job offer within like 10 minutes of conversation. And it was that easy to get the job. Nowadays, the situation is different. However, my team in Shopify, we have 10 engineers, and 2 of them are juniors, and 2 of them are interns. So everyone is still important, and we still need everyone. However, if you're a junior, you just have to know that competition and stakes are higher, right? And I have an example of junior developer Ume Habiba, who graduated, and then she joined Microsoft, and she expected that she's going to work on some small, boring tasks, right? And it was a shocker, but Microsoft put her on flagship product and tasked her to deliver important feature for it. And that's the thing. AI is now doing boring and small tasks. And of course, someone has to guide it, but that's also the sign that juniors really need to step up. And my advice to juniors is do not outsource your brain. If AI is telling you, choose this, ask it. Why this and not that? Or is it safe? Or is it accessible? Does it read well? And what are the alternatives, right? Same advice as for seniors. Learn fundamentals. Trust me, you don't want to skip on theory, because you need to distinguish when AI gives you an answer, is it correct? Does it smell right? Or it's not? And also, I have one brilliant coworker, and he recently got promoted from junior. And he said that the most important advice he would give to current juniors is to own your outcomes much like your own success. And the junior with ownership gets the task, does the task, and waits for the next one. But, junior without ownership. They just do it and wait. But junior with ownership, they do the task, they finish it, and then they ask questions like, what else can I do? Is there something I should have done differently? Or maybe did it solve the problem we were trying to solve? or I have an idea. Can I do it? Back to the question. If I were starting Riga the Girls again today, would I still start with HTML and CSS? What do you think? To be honest, yes. Because why not? It can give people good understanding, practical understanding about how technology is built. Because with AI, nowadays technology might start feeling like a mysterious object again. It's like a black box. You throw in a sentence, you get back a piece of code, you get back 10 pages of design, right? But if you want to become good, really good, as an engineer, a designer, a founder, a leader, you have to look inside the black box. So that lesson from the workshop 10 years ago, that's, in my opinion, not really about the tags or styles or syntax. And that lesson still holds today, and it's simple. Technology is made of small parts, and you can learn them. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Alina.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. And folks, let's chat. If you have comments or questions, you can find me on Instagram or LinkedIn. I love chatting with people. If you want advice or have advice for me, let's connect. Thank you, organizers, and thank you, attendees. And huge thanks to also Gytautas and Diana for being here with me.
Perfect. Thank you so much.